Tonight on the Cooligans, we're going to be talking about Meek Mill.
That's right.
Meeting the head of the five families, Don Garber himself.
At the Don.
At the Super Bowl. It was insane.
Lucky Meek. Also, we talked to David Copeland-Smith of Beast Mode Soccer.
Okay, you've seen his videos.
I'm practicing. I should be in them. Right?
Clearly, he subscribed.
Right? He got pregnant women in there. Well, let me get my fat ass in there.
So all this and more today on the Cooligans!
Yeah, baby!
Woo! There it is.
Come on.
A good, I can drum a little bit.
Yeah.
So people don't know. It's not just. I'm not just smacking my thigh all day.
He started with spoons, and then he's working his way up.
Like I'm sitting on a porch in Georgia.
Yeah.
No, it's.
One day when we first started doing the podcast, Christian's like, I'm a pretty good drummer, and I'm like, oh, how'd you learn in school? And you said, no, the game Rock Band.
You know it.
And I was like, you can't drum.
I'm an avid drummer. Yeah. I'm actually pretty good.
Questlove is like, you know how to play the song? Yeah, could you just tell me, do I hit X or O first? Which one do I tippy tap?
That's how musical geniuses communicate with each other.
Okay.
Hello,
of course
everyone.
I know how to read music. Up, down, left, right.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. My name is Christian Polanco.
That's right. I'm Alexis Guerrero.
All right. We are your favorite stand-up comedians that host the funniest soccer show that you have ever witnessed.
We're not just that.
Okay. We're also rabid.
Yeah,
I think.
That's right, dog. I got an infection, dude. We're also the Gullians.
That's right. And yes, this show is going to be another one of those examples of Gully.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
A lot going on. I mean, the Super Bowl just happened. Congratulations.
That's right.
To the Kansas City Chiefs.
Wonderful that secondary competition has such a big tournament. You know?
Exactly, yeah.
It ain't no CONCACAF Champions League.
Finally, people paying attention to that, what is that, Pee Wee football, I think? I don't know what it is.
It's wonderful that all those people with concussions could go out there for 4 quarters. And
recognize each other.
Who are you? Where am I?
Yes, that's how we should be trashing football.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
That's right.
That's why this show exists.
Yeah.
They built all this for that, for that joke.
Just for this bit.
So, yes, a lot to talk about. Soccer,
it was actually
Super
a really
Bowl.
fun Super Bowl. Did you watch it?
I did watch it.
Yeah,
it was fun. And I'll come back from Kansas City Chiefs. Who cares? Anyway, we have too much stuff to get to focus on the National Football League.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, I mean, we show love to the people who show love to us.
That is correct. All right. If you're listening to this podcast, and some people choose to ingest this in podcast form.
Right, people are like, I see them on TV, but I only want to listen to it in my ears, dog. And I don't want to walk around with both these eye patches because I keep banging into stuff in my apartment. So I'm just going to do the podcast.
That's fair.
I don't want to see what they look like.
And so occasionally people leave us reviews on iTunes.
What? Before you saw what we look like, why don't you leave a review of what you thought we looked like from our voices? And please, be easy because I listen.
It could be like a weird dating game.
Yeah.
Show.
What was that show they used to do back in the day? The blind
date? Was it called Blind Date?
No, it wasn't. It was like where you could the dating game.
Was it just called the dating game? Yeah, okay.
All right, well, look at us. All right, we were raised by televisions. But so this one is from Jazz Trumpet 439, which sounds like a sexual move. I'm not gonna lie. I have a feeling.
This is a fellow musician. Please show some respect.
Yeah. Right, he's charging his for his PlayStation. The title is Pizza, Comedy, and a Little Bit of Soccer. All right, Jazz Trumpet, you know us. This podcast could be in so many different categories. Is it a better food show than anything on the Food Network? Funnier than on Comedy Central? More educational than your average textbook? They don't teach Gully in school these days, kids. And they also mention soccer on occasion. P.S. To my favorite supporters of Arsenal, Chelsea, and NYCFC, I have but one parting message. Oh, no. Did he jump off the side of a boat? His parting message is, you'll never walk alone and unite and conquer. So I guess that means he's a Liverpool fan or Celtic fan. That's right, because you're not the only ones who sing that.
Okay.
And United Conquer Atlanta United.
Yes, but the only thing is, the only issue there was the Chelsea. Neither of us are Chelsea fans.
No,
I think
you're
he meant
an Everton fan.
so I think
Blue,
that
he got confused.
He got confused. Okay, obviously, take away the entire review. Take it down.
Yeah, none of this matters.
One error.
Just keep the word pizza up there. People will figure it out. But of course, that was 5 stars. And what happens when it's not 5 stars? What happens?
We don't even talk about
We
you.
hit report a concern, okay? Because we're concerned for you and you
Because we can't stand this hate speech.
You know what I mean? Wait, constructive criticism. All I heard was criticism. And I don't like it. And you know I never work construction. Why are you asking, dog?
So thank you for that. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts if you are so inclined. So let's get to...
Shouts to you, Rusty jazz trumpet.
That's right. That's trombone.
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah,
it's a
my
different
bad.
class.
I get my instruments confused.
Anyway, we got some.
Look at this. Is this our
gifts.
first international package?
I think so.
Canada, baby. That counts.
Very wildly international from very far, from the far.
Remember when Britney Spears was like, I love playing shows overseas, like in Canada. And I was like, leave her alone. We all make those mistakes.
So this is it says it right on the packaging from Atlantic City FC.
Let's go.
Shout out to Atlantic City. We met the owner of the team in Baltimore at the United Soccer Coaches Convention.
It's the only professional soccer team where you can put your season tickets on red or black and you get 2 or none. Go ahead, I dare you.
Okay. It's a gamble.
Yeah, you already gambled with your life being in Atlantic City?
All right, look at this. We got
No.
we got some stickers.
Let's go.
Some hats. 2 hats. There's one for you.
Look at this beautiful beanie.
Atlantic City hat. Look
What
at
do you
this.
call these? What do you call these?
A beanie.
There's another term. Do you ever hear the term goobellini? You ever heard of that one?
I've never heard that
It
one.
must just be a Newark thing.
Okay.
A Scully. Also Scully. You've heard Scully.
I've heard Scully, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Goobellini sounds like the guy who cuts your meats.
Goobellini. I owe him $50. If he comes here, tell him I'm in Mexico.
Thank you. Look at this. We got a scarf
hold this
from
up. Look at
Atlantic
this
City.
beautiful
This is
scarf.
dope. Appreciate it. And then the other side.
I thought it said appreciate it.
It says prosciutto on it.
Hey. That's the Caucus FC. Look at this one. This is... I can't see who this is from. Yo! This is from the Canadian Premier League, dude.
Whoa!
Yo! York 9. York 9 is just outside of... It's like Toronto.
Oh, okay. It sounds like a Drake record label.
Bro, we got 3. 1 for you, 1 for me, 1 for the couch. Oh, I fell past the couch. Whatever. Oh, no, the gifts don't stop, dude.
Whoa! York
no.
9. Look at this. We got kits.
Medium, we know that's yours. And large. All right, well,
Whoa.
wait a minute, hold on. Extra large, okay. Who's this third Cooligan we don't know about?
Yo,
Look
this is a
at
dope
this.
kit. Holy smokes.
That is beautiful.
Wow, Canada, the
It
Canadian.
says, we are many, we are one. All right, a little contradictory, but sure. I don't get it. It's the sum of all its parts, but also all the parts is dope. Yo, this is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it's whatever, man. Just watch on TV. I don't want to describe it too much, but it's
Look at that. The
it's a dope kit. York
Canadian
9.
Premier League badge is really cool. on the
Yeah,
side.
this is great.
This is so dope.
Sweet, thank you so much, York 9.
Also, low key, they got a little Y9 on behind the badge. That's kind of dope.
Feels like what is it, Yves Saint Laurent or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's
I didn't know Balenciaga made kits.
a little high fashion out in Canada.
Okay. All right, York gets it in. Shouts to York FC, dude.
Thank
York
you.
9. York 9.
Yeah, the Canadian Premier League. This is what, their 2nd season, I think, that they've been playing. So there's a lot to look forward to. Speaking of Canadian Premier League, this might be a longer conversation in the future. But Ellie Medjum had that clip that went viral of him talking about why Canada.
It's an anomaly that doesn't do better.
Yeah, it doesn't make it. It hadn't made it to the last 3 World Cups.
Yeah, and the guy who runs that podcast was like, "Oh yeah, what about this?" And Ellie was like, "Oh, you think I'm not Ellie Medjum right now?" He pulled out like tidbits of information, and I'm like, "What are you?"
So a stack of paper.
Yeah, what are you, a detective? How do you know this much about the Canadian League?
Yeah, so you wonder the Canadian Premier League will hopefully make
They'll bridge that gap.
The Canadian national team better, right? Because the women are doing fine, right?
Yeah.
For the most part, they get pretty far. Christine Sinclair, high goal scorer in international football. It's just
history,
unbelievable. Anyway, so a lot to talk about. Thank you for the gifts. We have so much going on today, so we'll be back with more right after this, everybody. Okay, welcome back, everyone. So now that we're done opening our gifts.
That's right.
Let's talk about.
But hey, listen. If anyone's listening or watching, feel free to send us some for next week. We love them, and by we I mean me.
Let's focus on another gift that was given to us by the internet.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The gift of Meek Mill's IG.
Because you don't really expect to see such a collaboration,
because like on Instagram we follow a lot of soccer people, right?
Yeah.
But of course we follow our own personal interests.
Yes.
And for me, that's rap, right? Love me some hip hop.
Mostly.
Right?
Oh, I thought you were talking about food.
No, yeah, I like raps, paninis. I follow a lot of panini accounts. But I was just scrolling through, and I happened to swing past Meek Mill's IG.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, another soccer account, because who do I see? On the right hand, seated at the head of the table. First I catch J Balvin because he's got the lightning bolts tattooed on his head, right?
Are they tattooed, or is that part of his hair?
No, that's tattooed.
Oh, I'm not sure. I could be wrong.
I'm under the impression it's a tattoo, but anyway. He's hard to miss, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Where are you sitting here talking about whether tattoos are a part of his hair or tattooed or the lightning bolts are tattooed?
We could pick him out of a lineup.
Yeah,
I promise.
Spot, okay? Colombian, right?
Colombian, yes.
Colombian reggaetonero, rapper, the whole nine. Incredible artist, right? And then I see like a white dude I don't know. And then Peyton Manning, and I'm like, well, Peyton... clearly confused, right? He's like, who's this guy speaking Spanish? And why is everyone high-fiving him, right?
Yeah.
Does anyone know I'm here? I do commercials with country music artists, right? Next to him, old white dude. He's probably Googling how to get home, right? And then next to him, the head of Major League Soccer.
Don Garber is right at the table with Meek Mill, J Balvin, and of course, Don Garber, right?
Don Garber.
Walking to a bar. We've all heard this joke.
Yeah. Meek, Peyton, and Don walk into a bar.
Oh, all this joke in the book.
Yeah, Don was like, is Meek short for anything? Or?
Yes. So we saw this, and I mean, in this particular photo, you see Don Garber like I don't know what he's looking at, but he's probably looking at somebody else, but like, yo, can you believe I'm here?
Yeah, Don Garber's like, yo, take another picture of me and Meek, yo. I want to show my kids, dude.
So this kind of so we didn't know what this meeting was about. Obviously, this is in Miami before the Super Bowl.
And one of our fans said that's the Soho House in Miami.
Yeah. No, that wasn't one of our. I mean, I guess one of our. It was Mike McGee.
That's right. Hold on a second. It was Mike McGee.
Yes, MLS MVP Mike McGee on our Instagram was like, "Yo, that's so hot. I know what's going on."
Yo, my guy. Yo, I should have been there. Yeah. That's where Meek and Don Garber meet all the time. Is at the Soho House.
Yeah. So he saw the ambiance. He saw everything. He was like, "Oh, I know what that is.
I know that salad. Had it plenty of time."
But this is pretty cool, right? Again, it's really just about the fact that our worlds are colliding in this way. I'm curious, what conversation did Meek Mill and Don Garber have with each other?
And people were like, yo, Don Garber used to be an NFL executive. Yeah. We're not worried about that. We're worried about the fact that he's on Meek Mill's Instagram. Okay.
And
you know who's not? Rick Ross. And Rick Ross owns his label.
So, I'm curious, like, what, because there's so many opportunities. There were rumors of like, yo, is Meek Mill interested in buying the Philadelphia Union?
Or is Don Garber going to drop bars on Meek Mill's next track? It can happen.
All valid questions.
Right? Remember Don Garber? He survived prostate cancer, right? So maybe that was one of his bucket list items. He was like, I'm not going out without dropping bars, dog. Dreams and nightmares too.
Yo, Meek, let me get on that remix.
Yo, dog. Yo, let me be the D-Boys guy, like from Boys to Men, my dude. I don't even need to say something. Just be like, hey, girl.
Or maybe there's an opportunity to have Meek Mill like do the halftime show at MLS Cup.
Do they do halftime
They
shows?
don't, but I'm saying, let's get one.
Maybe we start now.
Maybe these are the possible conversations. Why we have to think big.
Yeah. Peyton, wouldn't that be fun? Peyton? He's just sitting there playing Candy Crush. Who's Meek Mill?
No, this is just amazing, and that's what it's weird because for people connected to different parts of this photo. There's so many people who are like, "Yo, it's Peyton Manning."
For Latino MLS fans, J Bob,
obviously.
For hip hop fans that are also MLS fans, Meek Mill's there.
And that's exactly
for people who don't like to move their neck, right? Fans of guys who don't move their neck. Peyton Manning's there. You know what I mean? He's very stiff, dude.
Yeah. You know how that's a large demo.
You don't realize
the non-neck movers.
Yeah. I just love guys that turn their whole body, you know?
Okay, but with precise accuracy. No, it is kind of amazing. But it kind of just says that, when it comes to soccer, when it comes to all these worlds hip hop, this is why this show exists, right? Like to kind of merge all these.
You know who wasn't there? The commissioner of the Premier League, okay?
Hey, what happened,
wasn't
dog?
there.
I thought you were supposed to be the biggest league in the world.
$1 billion TV deal. Were you too busy to hang out with Meek Mill?
Oh, you didn't get invited to the Super Bowl, my guy? Oh, bummer.
Wow.
Hey, it's just,
some of us can't. I guess one day maybe if you keep trying.
Try best one, then you get there. All right, we'll be back, everybody. Hello. Thanks for sticking with the Cooligans. Okay. But a new way to start.
What an odd way to begin the segment.
New way to come back on the show. Just mixing it up. People get they don't like the monotony and redundancy of like the same.
They don't like the monogamy, dude.
Boo, monogamy.
Happily married. I don't know what you're talking about.
To me too. Anyway. Anyway, so let's talk about some news. This was a bit of a shock. Obviously, people are aware of what's going on in China with the coronavirus. There's a lot of terrible jokes.
Pronounce it correctly, the coronavirus.
There's a lot of terrible jokes on Facebook.
About limes, getting prepared for coronavirus.
Okay,
we get it.
Your uncles are ruining Facebook with these terrible jokes. But this, obviously, it's a very serious issue. And
I think the death toll is up to 425 at the time of recording this. So pretty serious.
Yeah, it's a cause for concern. But it's also affecting soccer, and now it's a national emergency.
Now we worry about it, okay? Because before it was this cute little disease thinning the herd, but now it's intruding on what we like.
How dare you, Mr. or Miss Plague?
Yeah.
Do not do this. No, it's affecting the Chinese Super League, and obviously there's a lot of players, big time players that do play in the Premier League. Some just to read off.
They used to play in the Premier League.
They used to play in the Premier League, obviously. Yes, Marouane Fellaini, Everton, Manchester United legend.
Legend.
Marko Arnautovic, Paulinho, Moussa Dembele.
Which Moussa Dembele is the question?
You know which one. Yeah. Whichever one you're thinking of.
Sorry, hold on. Him. Let's spin the Moussa Dembele wheel and see which one we land on.
Hey, you won. Also, Obafemi Martins is still over there. Seattle
still
playing out there. He's a legend, dude. Not a great dude. So I mean, this is so they postponed.
Players are trying to get out of it.
Yeah, so they postponed the league, and now a lot of the players are reaching out to the agents like, "Yo, I know." Last year, I begged you to get me a big time deal out here.
I talked greasy last year, right? But right now, I'm like, what's up with all that TAM? I'd love to go to the U.S.
I'm interested in the MLS financial structure.
Have you heard of Vancouver Whitecaps?
Okay,
because I've been a fan of theirs my entire life, and I did this China thing. It's whatever. I would love to be a DP.
Oh, I'm not allowed to fly in or fly out of China at the moment.
Well, I will drive to Russia.
No, this is pretty wild. I've never really seen anything like this where a league has just been completely just stopped,
Everything is stopped. I think Hyundai stopped their factories in Korea because they couldn't get parts.
They're forced to stay home. They have like a lockdown. That's just like this really interesting.
It's like everyone had the infection I had in my ankle. Did I update you guys on that? It was an infection,
He
dude.
had the coronavirus in his ankle.
I got SARS in my ankle, dude.
You hate it when it happens.
It happens to the best of us. How sedate am I that my muscles are now getting infections? That's how little I exercise. I showed the podiatrist. Remember the podiatrist who took the crystal out of my foot? Who was like, you could leave it in there. People walk around with bullets in them. And I'm like, I should not be going to you,
But
sir.
that's he sounds like that. Your podiatrist has that voice.
No, 100%. And if you knew his last name, it's exactly what you would expect. A guy like, there's a lot of vowels in it.
It's Dr. Gubalini.
Yeah. Dr. Capicola, please pronounce the gabagool. Dr. Gabagool was my father. I'm Mr. Spaghetti Gabagool. This is racist now. I said it in my head before I said it out loud, and it made me upset. And I know my wife's going to hear this and get so mad because I think her uncle is called Spaghetti Gabagool. Call me Spaghetti. I don't like the mister. So I show him my foot, and he goes, well, it's not gout. I'm like, why does everyone think it's gout? And he goes, well, he's like, whatever, the part that's swollen, if that's the tendon that would have snapped, he's like, not only would you have heard it snap, but you wouldn't be able to put any weight on your foot whatsoever, and you walked in here. I go, so then what else could it be? He goes, it's an infection. I was like, are you even trying? Like, you just want to get me out of here? He's like, it's red, it's swollen, it's hot to touch, it's an infection. I go, an infection could swell your ankle and hurt your muscles? He goes, yeah, if you don't deal with it in a week. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's
that pain I had for a week?
Yeah, that's typical Alexis, how he deals with any problem. Yeah, you know.
I lean on it harder.
Then I worry about it in a fortnight.
Yeah, like when my neck hurt once when I was a kid, I'll sleep on the way in which it hurts. And then I woke up and it didn't hurt no more. So,
well,
health insurance by the Guerreros family.
The Chinese Super League.
Yeah, they got their own ankle infection.
They have their own issues. But this is one thing I did hear, that the country's on basically lockdown, and certain provinces are on lockdown, that people are now, they're staying home and they're like kind of like have cabin fever, and they have, the way they're helping with people, they have like, there's a hospital that was being built, they have like webcams, so why, like the country is trying to help people who are stuck at home.
That are bored.
That are just bored, yeah.
Dude, can one of our fans translate our show into Cantonese? This will be huge for us. How do you say?
Do we get Fubo?
How do you say Dr. Spaghetti Gabagool in Cantonese?
We need to get Fubo in China immediately.
Yo.
Okay.
Fubo.co.ch. What's the China one?
Because this is a missed opportunity.
Yeah. To our great leader, Mr. Xinping. Please allow Fubo.
Okay, we do not denigrate the Supreme League.
No, of course not.
We would never on this program.
My mother just threw something at the TV that I just called a communist a great leader. Shouts to Kuma.
Oh my God.
When did this become a soccer show? Right? Like, I feel like at some point. No, yeah, we were supposed to talk national teams.
Now we're
as
talking
well.
that. Yes, the men's national team also played.
That's right. The United States men's national soccer team of the Republic of China.
The enemy of.
Yeah, we're gonna do numbers in China, dog.
We gotta get the fan base up over there. No, men's national team beat Costa Rica 1-0.
That's right.
From a penalty from.
Which is huge because Costa Rica had like their full team in, and we had a bunch of kids in there.
I wouldn't say a full team, but
one of them was a stroller. I mean, out there.
But this is the team that hopefully will make it into and qualify for the Olympics, because that's coming up very soon. But on the women's side,
right? You're seeing Uli Yanez, who made his first cap for the men's national team. Look great.
Yeah, look
got
great.
The penalty. Let's go.
The kids are all right. They're doing well.
The kids doing all right. That's the Cooligans version.
And then the women's national team also played last night.
Have they played yet? They've sparred a couple times.
I mean, it's just they're destroying all the competition. I mean, every time we see this, and we saw it against some of the teams in the World Cup, CONCACAF has they have a long way to go. Obviously, there's not really. I mean, Canada's the closest. But
this is also a problem because when we face some of the big European countries, they're much, much better.
Yes.
So we're playing a lot of countries and we're beating them 5, 6, 7-0. Yeah. Right. And then you go and play France and it's a harder match. So I don't know.
But still, I mean, the women's national team, it's nothing. That was the talking point at the World Cup.
It's going to be talking point for a while.
But they're still very, very good. And they're incredibly, incredibly dominant.
Shouts to Ali Krieger.
Ali Krieger, Kristen Press. Just embarrassing folks out there, man. It's looking good. So you're excited.
You'll love to see it.
Hopefully both national teams make it into the Olympics, and it'll be another exciting summer of soccer. All right. We'll be back with more right after this, everybody. Okay, we are back.
That's right, baby.
We have to get to one of our interviews that we did in Baltimore. This
was so much fun.
We had a great time at the United Soccer Coaches Convention.
That's right. We didn't just get infections. Right, at Baltimore.
Even though that was our main focus.
Right? We checked it off the list, top priority. People like, go get crabs. I'm like, no, we're going to get a different infection.
Okay, I think you're breaking HIPAA compliance asking all these questions.
Okay, sir. Is you my doctor? Because I don't see any red sauce stains on your shirt.
We had a great chat with David Copeland-Smith of Beast Mode Soccer. And if you don't know Beast Mode Soccer, one of those Instagram accounts and Twitter accounts that just always posting really cool like soccer training videos and tricks and stuff like that.
He does an incredible job training Alex Morgan right now, who is 6 months pregnant at the time that we recorded this.
Yeah,
and still banging in top bins, dude. Crushing it.
It's wild. So we had a great conversation with him. So here's our conversation with David Copeland-Smith at the United Soccer Coaches Convention.
Welcome to U.S. Soccer Coaches Convention. We're doing another interview here. And oh my God, this one is amazing. I mean, this is...
Yeah. We're excited. Beast Mode himself, not Marshawn Lynch.
Why don't you do this intro?
Can't talk about that. That's an ongoing legal matter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, apologize.
Well, should we cut that?
No, it's fine.
No, it's good. It's good.
Why don't you do the intro? I can do all the intros. Why don't you get this one?
I'm excited because we both have we've watched your videos for years. There's a very popular trend of soccer training videos that are always like intense.
You mean there's a trend of people biting him?
That's what it apparently is.
I didn't say it, but you're not wrong.
Yeah, come on now.
So we're excited to welcome our next guest, Copeland-Smith of Beast Mode Soccer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys.
You can hear the applause. We'll add it in post.
I've actually heard such good things about both of you. Because we got a lot of mutual people, right?
Yeah.
And everybody says you're good guys. I watched your stuff. I didn't buy it. I was like, nah.
This is what I like.
Look,
heavy roast.
I appreciate the skepticism.
Yeah. I was like, American humor.
I'm sorry, he's English. It's a Sunday roast.
Hey, I was like, the only funny American is Dave Chappelle. So
yeah,
the only one. There's not.
Get ready to add to the list. Oh, I'm sorry. Did we invent stand-up comedy? And when England catches up in 10 years, it's going to be even better out there. Don't you worry. So
we're always playing catch up.
Why do what you do? Why did you start putting videos online? Because when you did, it wasn't the industry. We're all so awesome. You know, it's not just
they're not as awesome as me. Yeah. They're okay.
He got fans. Go ahead.
Why, when you started what you started, like, why would you put stuff? Because, like, comedians putting stuff online, at one time it was like, why don't put it there?
Yeah.
They should come see you. They should come pay to see you. You took the other route. You're like, I'm going to give it to them. What got you there?
Yeah, so... I mean, there's a whole story about it, but for social media, I'm aware that not everyone can afford private training, or we've got apps, we've got an app, and we've got other paid programs. I'm aware that not everybody has that money, and I feel like everybody should have access to good content. So we put enough content out there that people can create their own development plans.
Yeah.
And you might say I'm a modern day Mother Teresa with soccer.
I was just about to.
Yeah.
you took the words out of my mouth.
You know, some people wouldn't connect those two, but we would have, you know?
Hey, Catholic school.
Yeah. So, I went to that too.
So,
you know?
So tell us a little bit about your background and how you ended up in Los Angeles and where you're originally from.
We know I ended up in Los Angeles from England, dog.
Okay. Are you guys immigration officers? I've asked, so legally you have to answer.
No, we're immigrants. Yeah. So you're in good hands.
No, so I came to America in 2003, just a little poor boy from Plymouth, England, with a bag of clothes.
Yeah, a newsboy hat,
a bag of clothes and a dream in my hand.
Yeah.
And
what's that thing called? The bindle? What's the stick with the bag?
The satchel thing. Yeah. Like Oliver Twist or something.
Yeah. Man, have some more. They're like, dude, it's a salad bar. Have as much as you want. I don't know why you're asking.
Yeah, you know, I didn't even tell you I was vegan.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Salad jokes. Really.
Yeah.
And I moved to Tampa, Florida.
Sorry to hear that.
You know, I actually love Tampa. Everyone rags on it, but Tampa's not really Florida. Like Tampa's like, it's good people in Tampa. Yeah. You know, like
shots at Florida. What did you come here for? Was it to play like at university or?
No, I was working for Major League Soccer camps.
Oh, okay.
Who paid me what they thought was a very fair $120 a week.
Wow.
But they sold the experience.
Yeah.
La-di-da.
Cool.
Like in New York, they say, well, we can't give you money. We give you a family.
Yeah. It's the
Like,
same thing.
Yeah.
And I met a girl who wanted to move to California. I was coaching teams there, and I kind of fell out of love with coaching teams when I was there. So I moved to California. I only wanted to do technical training, but I was poor.
Yeah.
So I had to get a job. And I feel like now I can be like very honest with this story because I was undocumented at the time.
Yeah.
Because I overstayed my visa, which is, if you ever see me on Twitter and stuff, so I'm very pro-immigrant.
Yeah.
Because although I'm, white,
Right.
I noticed that. That was the first thing I noticed, to be honest.
Overwhelmingly.
But I know, I know what that process is.
Yeah.
And it sucks. So I traveled across. This is actually the very first time I'll ever tell this story publicly.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So we traveled across. I made a decision to only do technical. So we traveled across, me and this girl. We drove across I-10. Right?
Okay, so you drove from Tampa
I was
to...
scared to fly.
Yeah.
So, I only had my British passport, which now with Brexit, it's even more worthless.
You're right.
So I don't know anything about Brexit. If anyone wants to come in,
It's wallpaper for you now, right? Yeah.
And it's funny, like we were driving, we got all the way through Texas, biggest state ever, and you come around a corner in El Paso, and it's an immigration checkpoint. I've got an Arsenal jersey on,
Yeah.
Arsenal baseball cap, and I'm playing FIFA on the PSP. Couldn't look more English.
Yeah.
And you can't stop.
Fish and chips in your hand. You're like, come on, man.
You literally can't stop because if you stop, they know.
Yeah.
Right? That's why they put it on the corner. So the young woman is like, what should we do? What should we do? And I'm like, we've got to carry on. So immigration checkpoint, and they wind the window down and she's driving, and they like ask her all the questions they ask. You citizen? Yep. They check a license and whatever. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
And they look over and they say, what about you, sir? Are you a citizen? And I went, I sure am, sir. And this is when I knew I was meant to be in America, because he didn't ask for my license. He just said, all right, you guys have a great day. And we drove on, and she's like, shall I stop? I'm like, not yet. So we drove on like 5 miles, and I got out of the car and just let my anxiety out. And then I landed in LA.
And then became the best-known actor ever, because that was an impressive performance.
Yeah, for sure. Hell of an accent, by the way.
This is a true story, by the way. Al Pacino once told me I'd be a great actor. And I looked at him and went, actors are a bit weird, aren't they, Al? Couldn't catch the words as they came out of my mouth. And he looked at me and went, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
And I was like, why did you just say that, David?
We are back, and we got more with David Copeland-Smith, Beast Mode Soccer. We talked to him a little bit about how he got here. We also talked to him a little bit about what he thinks of the American fans, and he went off a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, the American soccer style maybe is not as British as he would like it to be.
Wow. Why don't you listen to this disrespect by David Copeland-Smith?
Well, all these English are taking our American actor jobs. You know what I'm saying?
Because you can do our accent, but we refuse to do your accent.
It's because I just feel like we're very good at being American. you know?
I think it's because American culture was so prominent in
Hey
England
guys,
for so
want to go
long.
play some soccer?
Yeah.
Come on, guys, let's go kick a ball.
Why is it
They
a
do this in
beta?
Europe.
Why is the accent always a beta?
They do this in Europe, guys. I love Europe. Let's go play some soccer.
It's a scared kid trying to get friends.
Oh my God, go! I heard they say that in Mexico.
Amazing.
I got a job at a high school, and I worked there as JV high school coach. And one of the kids on the first day hated me because I made her pick all the stuff up, and even though she was a senior, I told her it's just glorified bullying, getting the freshmen to do it. That she should lead by example. Her parents tried to get me fired. And then, like 3 months into the season, she's on the varsity team, but I catch her watching my sessions all the time, and I feel like she's just messing with me.
Yeah.
Like her and her crew are like,
Yeah.
The
like Mean Girls.
Mean Girls,
Yeah.
of soccer.
I think I'm going to get beat up by these girls.
And I'm like, oh, why are they messing with me? And she came up to me, she was like, oh, can I talk to you? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, I've got an opportunity to play for New Zealand. And I said, well, clearly with that broad Kiwi accent,
Yeah.
you know, kids from Pacific Palisades in LA. And she's like, my
So,
dad,
like, I'm
my
going to
dad's
play for
in New
New
Zealand.
Zealand.
Yeah, oh, it was like that.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm a Kiwi.
Go stay. I don't even know where I live.
Yeah.
But I can play for New Zealand.
Yeah.
So my dad's like full on Kiwi. So I asked her a few questions, and I said, look, I don't like you, and she didn't like me. But I said, I'll train you, but you've got to do exactly what I tell you to do, and she did. And she went on to do good things. She went to Stanford this year. If she's fit, she'll play in her 4th Olympics. And that's where it all kind of started. So like with...
And that girl is Rosie White.
I've actually trained Rosie.
Oh yeah. We met her in Chicago when she was with the Red Stars. We did a show with
So
her.
this was Ali Riley,
Okay.
who played at Stanny, and she was roommates with Kelly O'Hara.
Yeah.
So I trained Kelly and all them, and it all came to fruition, and it's just steamrolled since then. And it's crazy because I look back at Alex, well, it's almost been 10 years I've been training Alex. And
More
it's
Alex
like,
Morgan.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm like,
First name basis.
but I'm
This
like,
guy's dialed in.
I'm like, they're all aging, but I stay the same. It's weird. Very
That's
weird.
because English dudes become 40 years old at 16, and then you just stay 40 forever.
But it's
Look
the
at-
other way around. I'm
look
like
at
16
Rooney.
until
Look at Rooney. That kid was
Aye.
17, and then next year he was 45, and he's been that forever.
And you've coached. You've trained so many players. Any particular notable ones like that you can fire off? How many notable players have you worked with?
Yeah, what should we title
What's
this
the
video?
resume?
What's the biggest
Yeah,
thing
go
ever?
for it. Come on, SEO. We need
Okay. So the one that people obviously know is Alex Morgan.
Alex Morgan.
Yeah.
And now before you continue, just today I just saw the video of you're training Alex Morgan as she's, I believe, 5 or 6 months pregnant, and these. I mean, it's incredible. I didn't even look at the comments because I know Sidney LaRue dealt with it and all this negativity. It's obviously clearly a safe decision, and doctors are involved.
Well, the
you're-
funny thing is, always from men.
Yeah,
who don't know what it's like to be
interesting.
pregnant.
Right. Hey, she shouldn't be doing that, right?
The baby's bouncing around.
Yeah.
You know,
No, you can't because the umbilical cord might get twisted from the turning. You know, it's like, what do you watch 3 episodes of Cosby Show?
But honestly, like, I like to put things up of Alex because I feel like the world needs to see her work.
Yeah.
Because for so long, and Alex has always been the same with work ethic wise, like she's a badass
Yeah.
and she's relentless. And she
just the video itself, she's banging them in top bins, pregnant. It's incredible.
and she's been doing that with me for so long. And a couple of years ago, I felt like that she didn't really get those props because she doesn't put it up herself.
Sure.
Right.
Right? Which is, she doesn't feel the need to put, grind porn out there. Look at me.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Which is, other players do it and it's fantastic. And I actually think it's quite inspirational.
Never heard the term grind porn, but
Yeah.
it's not my new favorite term.
Yeah.
As soon as you said it, I was like, what exactly are we talking
Hey,
about?
stop this interview because I got to look something up.
Yeah, hold up. Can someone get me an incognito browser? So you're training, let's say Alex Morgan, right? And a young kid comes up to you It says, yo, I want to be a star. I want to be a top striker. I want to score goals. I want to win World Cups. I want to be just like Alex Morgan. You're not talking to the kid. You're talking to us now. What is that? What is it that makes her separate? What is that gap? What makes her a star? Can people achieve that simply by working hard?
Alex is difference maker, and this is a lot of the players that I work with. She's never happy with it. So an example would be, you just win the World Cup, and there's a whole party afterward, and Patty was there.
Yeah.
And, you know, I go up, and I'm obviously, you know, congratulations. She's like, right, Olympics next. That's the difference. Like, she's always...
Just
win,
never know.
Yeah.
Never know.
It's like a shark. You stop swimming, you drown.
Exactly. So I would say that's the game changer with her, but not just her. Like I work with a bunch of players like Ali Long, we mentioned. Ali's the same way. Rachel Daly, like the list, like Abby Wambach when she was playing. And it's just the little gaps that they want to close, where a lot of players are happy where they are because they're good enough. Players like Al and Rach, they know they're good enough, but they also know there's a little bit more they can get.
Right.
And if they can just get those few centimeters extra, that could be another 2 goals in a season.
Yeah.
That could be another 3 assists. And it's honestly refreshing to be around. I love working with Alex because it pushes me to be good. Because I can't go there and have a 6 months pregnant Alex and I can't let her down.
Yeah.
I have to be good. And, you know, Kelly O'Hara's another one who will tell me if it's not very good.
Right.
You know, she's quite mean with it and hurts my feelings a little bit, to be honest. And Rach does the same thing, but Rach does it in that horrible Northern English accent. Dave, this is shit. And you're like, thanks, I spent an hour designing this last night.
Yeah, and they don't pronounce consonants.
Oh, they can't even spell it.
Yeah. They're like, consonant, I come from Europe. No, it's a different.
No, you're from the north of England.
Yeah.
I don't think you've ever been in Europe. That's really mean. I didn't mean it.
Right, baby, we're back. This part of the interview with David Copeland-Smith, I absolutely love, because we asked him, what would it take for him to be able to train us?
Yes.
To play as professional soccer players, or at least on the same field.
Yeah, we asked him, do you believe in miracles?
Yeah. So let's start from, what's exercise? But it's an absolutely fun one. You got to check it out.
I'm curious about what separates beast mode soccer and that program. You know, the one I watch you a lot. I watch Eddie Johnson out in Florida as well, and he posts a lot of videos with 6-7-year-olds that are doing just unbelievable
barking at him.
but just doing unbelievable work. What separates your regiment from, like, why do people go to you in particular?
Results.
Okay.
Honestly.
Also personality, right? Fun guy to talk to.
Well, different trainers have different things, right? I'm not a barker. You know, I'm not screaming and yelling at you. I'm not trying to motivate you because, quite frankly, if you're not motivated, I don't want you here.
Okay.
Let's be honest. If they could afford you, you're pretty motivated. You know what I mean? You got here, didn't you?
Yeah, like, listen, mum and dad are paying, so you best be motivated.
Yeah.
But it's you know, we've all got different styles. What I do gets results. And what other people play probably gets results for them. But I don't want to be a shouter. I've got enough stress in my life.
Play jazz music as you're training. Everybody relax.
No, it's NPR.
Yeah.
Just take some CBD before you take shots.
Yeah. We got some CBD lotion in the shower.
From neck and
Yeah.
Dave, that's lotion. I need it.
Yeah.
But with what we do, it's details. Very, very much details. Like every session we do, like Alex is a 9, Rachel's a 9. They'll be completely different sessions.
Okay.
Because they're completely different players. They need to work on completely different things. Like the stuff we put on social is quite generic, and I always put make this your own.
Yeah.
Don't just copy it. So I would say details. and quite frankly, everyone copies everything we do, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Because it works. It'd be nice if you could at me and give me some credit now.
Yeah,
and
that'd be
then.
lovely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
But that's cool as well.
Inspired
I
Tag
guess.
me, dude. Oh yeah.
But yeah, I would say details.
Okay, that's fair.
I have a question. All right, so Christian and I, two very different athletically.
Yeah.
Right.
Both gifted in our own way.
In our own way. Very specific way for me. What first step in order for someone in their 30s to get in the league, right? In the shape we're in. If you looked at us, if we had all the money in the world, we came to you and we said, here, make us into a star. You're going to have two different answers, right? How long would it take for us to be at least at a level where we could stay on a field with a pro player? Not a top player, just a pro
I'll probably
player.
close the door.
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends. Do you want to play with them or do you just want to train with them?
I just want to
Because I
stay
can
on a
stick
field.
you in goal.
Yeah, there you go. As I cry, as they pelt shots at me.
Honestly, like realistically, not going to happen.
Yeah.
But you can get in ridiculous shape doing what we do, right?
I hope my wife doesn't hear that part. She's like, see?
You should order a Peloton.
Yeah. I'll order her one, just like the commercial.
Yeah, I've got one coming on Tuesday.
Yeah?
Thank you to my friend Spencer for hooking that up.
Okay, Spencer.
And,
Spence FC?
we could.
Spencer Wadsworth from Wasserman.
Okay. Well, yeah, we could use 3.
Yo, Spence! Hook it up.
So, it's you could get shredded in 3 months. Absolutely.
No, I could get shredded pork right now
Copeland,
downstairs.
please. We didn't bring you on here to lie to this man, okay?
How dare you?
I could give you a diet plan right now. You could lose 40 pounds in a month and a half.
A lot of it will be just from the crying of reading the diet plan.
Most of it.
Yeah.
Because there'd be no eating bad food. Which,
Yeah.
Why do they make good food taste so bad?
Yeah.
Why can't lettuce taste like donuts?
Tell me about it. That's why McDonald's adds MSG to the lettuce so that you want to eat it. Let's
Yeah.
just do that, yo. Let's
Lettuce tastes like
Brilliant
burgers.
move. Thank
Yeah.
you,
Hell
McDonald's.
yeah, yo. Shouts to Mickey D's.
Well, thank you for not only just bestowing us with your magic skills, but we got to learn a lot about you,
Thank
Copeland.
you
So,
guys for
And
having
also,
me.
you do more on camera, and I'm like, you're incredible. You have a great personality. What are you doing?
I
It's like a player who
appreciate-
doesn't want to play. Imagine Alex Morgan didn't want to play in the Olympics. That's what you're doing right now.
You sound like my mum, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, your mom got a deep voice, dog.
I'm trying to get out there more.
Yeah, do it.
all right, it's just at Beast Mode Soccer on
Beast
everything.
Mode Soccer on everything apart from TikTok because someone took it.
Oh no!
But I
smart.
don't even remember what the TikTok is because TikTok's just dancing and I
Yeah.
can't figure
And
that out.
yeah,
Good
yeah.
I
for
can't wait to see you lip syncing
Taylor Swift songs.
in your
I don't need a
bedroom.
lipstick, dog. I'm a rapper.
There you go.
Okay.
That's right. Kids got bars, dog.
Yeah, you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know.
Copeland, thank you
Straight
so
off the streets of Plymouth, England, bro.
bruv. All right.
PO2.
Thank you so much for joining us, man. We really
Guys,
appreciate
I
it.
appreciate it.
All right, thank you for tuning in. Thank you, David Copeland-Smith, for joining us.
That was amazing.
That was incredible. Tune in on Thursday. We're going to have Paul Tenori and Mike McGree. We're going to have a great show. So, well, with that said, my name is Christian Polanco.
I'm Alexis Guerrero. So together, what are we?
the Cooligans!